And welcome back, everyone, to the Diecast Dude Racing Network, your home for the Summer Rally Series. We're going to get going with qualifying event number 2 with a couple more heavyweights. We've got cars sitting in the garage waiting to go. Everybody will get their chance for sure at this event. No need to rush. Starting off today's event, we are going to have someone from on the other side of the pond. It's going to be Marcus driving in the Castrol 1970 Ford Escort RS. It's going to be weighing 60.5 grams, and he'll be going up against Lily the dog from Lily's Boneyard in the Lancia Delta Integrale. He'll be weighing 73 grams. It's a very charismatic ride. Dippin' Dots, the name of that Lancia Delta Integrale. There at the top of the mountain, it's best of 3. Race number 1 underway. With thanks for joining us. Lily the dog on the outside is going to get the early lead through the chicane and into the split. To the crucial part of the jump, lands on the side, rolls the Dippin' Dots, roll the car back on its 4 wheels, and they're going to get on the way into the canyon and coast across the finish line for race number 1, and it'll be going to Lily the dog and Dippin' Dots. As you can see, Dippin' Dots on top of that car helped keep it on all 4 tires. Gets down off the side of the mountain into the 180 and all through the last gate into the canyon and posts a win in race number 1. Thanks to everybody for tuning in to today's race. We had fun last week. We're going to keep it going through the summer. Race number 1 is going to go to Lily the dog. Marcus in the Ford Escort. Going to have to do his little something extra in race number 2 if he wants to make it into round number 2. So here we go, race number 2. Lily the dog on the inside lane is going to get the early lead on Marcus. They get through the chicanes and into the split. Now down for the jump. Lily the dog is going to roll it. Marcus is going to take full advantage of that. Keep the car on all 4 tires straight through the canyon and going to win race number 2. Lily the dog, you have to feel, missed an opportunity right there to close the deal. The Dippin' Dots did not keep the car moving fast enough. Got it back on all 4 tires and down off the side of the mountain, but by that time Marcus was gone through the pass into the canyon. Just enough oomph to get to the finish line and secure a deciding race number 3, and there you see it. Lap number 2 goes to Marcus, so we're going to have a deciding lap number 3. Dippin' Dots, Lily the dog on the outside, the Castrol Ford Escort, Marcus on the inside. They're down away. Race number 3, who's it going to be? This is the closest it's been yet. They're into the chicanes, down to the split. They make it to the jump. It's Lily the dog rolling the car. Marcus left it on the side of the mountain. Can Lily the dog keep it straight? Dippin' Dots across the finish line. Dippin' Dots, Lily the dog, that team moving on to the next round in that Lancia Delta Integrale. Let's take one last look. Looks like Lily the dog kind of had a few little wobbles there on the top of that jump, but made it through. And that's half the battle. Off the side of the mountain, Marcus left it there on top of the mountain. And so all Lily the dog had to do was make it to the finish line, and she did just that, easily coasting into round number 2. The Castrol Ford Escort just not strong enough today. We're going to move on to our next matchup of the event. And it's going to be a couple more well-knowns. They're all coming out for this one. 1 entry per household, 32 unique builders on the inside lane. The Spirit of 64 Lancia Delta Integrale will be driven by Scooter Roundwell, and they'll be going up against a newcomer to the channel, Lone Star, driving for Team Titties in the 87 Ford Cogsworth. They'll be driving for Live Young Diecast. It's good to see them on the channel. Let's see what they can put on the track, because that's where it matters the most. 3 laps, best of 3. Who's moving on to the next round? Scooter Roundwell on the inside, Lone Star on the outside. Lone Star getting the early lead through the 180 and into the chicane. Scooter Roundwell not going anywhere. Lone Star gets tied up. They get to a jump. Nice overtake by Scooter Roundwell. Can he keep it straight? He gets down to the canyon, can keep it straight, and he gets across the finish line for race number 1. And we'll have to take a look and see what happened with Lone Star there. A lot of oohs and a lot of ahs there. That Ford Cosworth looked like it was in complete control. Let's see what happens. There it is, tied up on the sidewall. Still manages to land the jump, gets it on the sidewall again. So problems all around, but still completing the race. And Scooter Roundwell puts that nice, clean Delta Integrale through the finish line. Got to run over a few Dippin' Dots left by Lily the dog there. They'll have to scoop some of those up, reapply them to their Integrale, and we'll see him in the next round. So it's race number 2. Lone Star going to be on the inside lane this time. Scooter Roundwell on the outside. Once again, Lone Star in that Cosworth. He's going to get the early lead through the chicane into the split, now to the jump, and he's going to barrel roll that one, keep it on all 4 tires, and he's going to be on his way to the canyon, through the pass, and across the finish line. Lone Star winning race number 2 for Team Titties and Live Young Diecast. Didn't see Scooter Roundwell. There he is, left on the back of the track. Apologies for the camera work. My goodness. Still working out the kinks here on this new track. Gonna get those guys taken care of as we watch Lone Star. A little bit of luck here, barrel rolling it right through the jump. He got it straight, kept it straight. Got all 4 tires off the jump right there. That's a subtle jump through that last gate. If you don't land that correctly, you could be in the canyon on your roof. Lone Star handling it just fine, winning lap number 2. And again, to a deciding lap number 3. They're just clicking off right now. It'll be Lone Star on the outside, Scooter Roundwell on the inside. Another winner take all. And this is again going to be a close one, closer than I've seen. And it's going to be into the split. Lone Star got the lead, got the jump, keeps it straight, gets a little sideways, running out of steam. Can she keep it through the canyon? He can, and Lone Star will win and move on to the next round. I had to hold my breath there. I didn't know if he was going to make it. And Scooter Roundwell, a little bit of bad luck there coming out of that jump. Leaving it on its roof. The wreckers will be there to pick them up. It was tight coming out of these chicanes. And down to the split, Lone Star had to pop it into another gear, kept it off the sidewall. No flipping around, straight business this time. Down to that last 180 here across that last jump. I wasn't sure he was going to make it. I had to hold my breath there into the canyon. Gets around there. Everything he's got left. Crosses the finish line and moves on to the next round. And starting to get stacked up down there at the finish line. We've got 2 more cars moving on to the next round. Lone Star of Live Young Diecast, Lily the dog in Dippin' Dots. They're going to move on. Full action in that garage back there. If you're not paying attention, you should pay attention. We got some guys headed to the back of the garage. They're going to get checked out. We're going to see them again in a race-off, so don't worry about that. We've got plenty more groups lined up for you each and every Friday, so make sure you've got it tuned right here. Also, while we've got your attention, don't forget the Modified Diecast Series 2.0 will be kicking off later this year. We will be keeping you informed. Right now, we are still accepting plenty of entries. You can send them to Diecast Dude Racing at P.O. Box 249, Hartwood, Virginia 22471. That's our show. We'll see you next week, folks.